Hello, and welcome back to Leads with Luce on Franciscan Beat. I'm your host, Lucy, and this is the show where we talk about the Bible and what it means to a student here at Franciscan University. Today's gospel is Luke chapter 17, verses 26 through 37. Let's get into it. And so it came to pass in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat and drink, they married wives, and were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, as it came to pass in the days of Lot, they did eat and drink, they bought and sold, they planted and built. And in the day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man shall be revealed. In that hour he shall be on the housetop, and his goods in the house. Let him not go down to take them away. And he that shall be in the field in like manner, let him not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose it shall preserve it. I say to you, in that night there shall be two people in one bed. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding wheat together. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. Two men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. They answering say to him, Where, Lord? Who said to him, Wheresoever the body shall be, thither will the eagles also be gathered together. We don't know the day or the hour. In fact, most of us probably live under the delusion that we'll live to be old and gray. But life doesn't work like that. We just don't know. This gospel reminds us that we have to live every day like it's our last. Did you know that 52% of car accidents happen when the driver is within 5 miles of home? They're so close that what could possibly happen? I think that's a potent example of many of our faith lives. We think that we can't let our guard down or lose focus because we're outwardly doing all the right things. But don't forget that being lukewarm is actually worse than letting your faith go cold. If you're just going through the motions to secure your heavenly spot without actually letting Christ nourish you, tend to your wounds, or guide you, then what's the point? A few weeks ago, I urged you all to build a relationship with Christ through whatever means necessary. Even if he recognizes your face just because you apologize to him so often, it's still better than him turning away from you, a stranger. Today, I'd like to build on that a little. I said that Jesus is waiting for you in the confessional and in the tabernacle, waiting for you to come home to him. And that's true. But don't forget that he also kind of has superpowers. He can be in more than one place at once. Right now, and always, from the moment you were conceived, he's been by your side. Have you heard the quote, so-and-so would be turning in their grave if they heard this? It basically means that you wouldn't say or do that if that person were standing right next to you. So knowing that Christ will never, nor has ever left your side, how can we say and do the things we do sometimes? Christ is in everyone, weak, strong, poor, rich, yes, even Jeffrey Bezos, even the homeless man that you walk quickly from, afraid that he might approach you and what he might do. I think we have a tendency to treat people as less than Christ-like if their actions aren't Christ-like. For example, if someone hurt me, or worse, hurt someone I love, I know personally I have a really hard time speaking about them with kindness. But the Jews and the Romans did the unspeakable to Jesus. They killed him in front of his mother and his friends. And what did he do? He forgave them, publicly. He begged for them to be forgiven, and he immediately gave them the benefit of the doubt and pleaded that they didn't know what they were doing. I have a tendency to do the opposite. I take things really personally, even if they weren't meant to hurt me. I have a hard time letting go of things. So if you can relate, think on Jesus. Think on his heroic forgiveness and his courageous kindness. Then remember, if you need that example, he's here. He's right here, right beside you, patient, hoping that you will be like him. So this week's lead, be like him. That is what the devil is most afraid of, that we will become less of ourselves and more like Christ. Don't give up the battle. In the words of Stephanie Gretzinger, you're almost home now. Please don't quit now. You're almost all to me. So fight the good fight, finish the race, keep the faith. And now to Dan the Weatherman with your weather.
Thank you, Lucy. Well, today's rain has been about as bad as my shirt is crazy. And due to that weather, we have some technical difficulties, obviously, but don't worry, your weatherman has you covered. So, Today's weather, it is rainy with a high of 62 degrees and low of 44 degrees. And there is a 100% chance of precipitation. That's your weather. Back to you, Lucy.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for tuning in. This was Leads with Luce. I've been your host, Lucy. Now go out and proclaim the good news.